It's good to be here with you this morning. And I just appreciate every time I come, I feel the presence of God. And I just really appreciate Him and appreciate you and all that you do. I really feel what I wanted to talk about, what I feel led to talk about, is defining setbacks. And the meaning of a setback is a reversal or a check in progress. It leaves a person with a negative feeling. It's as if something didn't go right that was supposed to go right. You know, something good just went bad. And I'm sure we've all had a setback in our life that we've had to deal with. Just when we come to think that we're moving ahead, we're hit with a situation or a circumstance that we feel has set us back. Some setbacks are significantly more challenging than others. While some may have lasting effects that would seemingly keep us at a standstill, others last for just a short time, and we can move forward quickly. It's these seemingly insignificant setbacks that we can sometimes have the greatest impact on our life. We think that we can get over them really fast, but they have an impact. And those things that we know happened, yet we think it didn't affect us as much as it did. I had a school experience in 4th grade. I was sick a lot. And maybe I've shared this here before, I don't remember. It was no one's fault. I had all the childhood diseases, the measles, the chickenpox, the flu, tonsillitis, every time the wind blew. I had scarlet fever, had the symptoms of scarlet fever. And my parents were immigrants and didn't understand the language very well, so they couldn't help me with my schoolwork. The teacher brought us, those of us that failed, to the front of the class and made public failures out of us. I remember I just hung my head and I just cried in front of the class. I believe she did it in ignorance, not knowing how it would affect any one of us that was standing there that day. But it happened, and I know how it affected me. In high school, in English class, I had to give a book report in front of the class. I walked to the front of the class, and when I turned to face the class, I looked at the teacher, and I thought, why are you doing this to me? I didn't say it, but I thought it. I gave my title, and I sat right back down. I never associated that first situation with that situation. I didn't understand why I reacted that way until years later. And it stemmed from that 4th grade. It took me 7 years to stand and give a testimony. I wanted to, but something held me back. It took years to get. I needed an inner healing. As I understand it now, if I had not been held back, I would not have sat next to my husband in study hall. My husband became my witness. That one setback put me in a position to find the truth. I would have missed an opportunity that God used to bring me salvation. I had a love for God as a child. I did everything I needed to do to please Him. I did all the religious rituals and mandates that they gave me. I just didn't know I lacked God's word about true salvation. I didn't know Him like I know Him today. My purpose this morning is to encourage someone here today. I don't know what's brought you to this point in time. I don't know what affected you in a negative way about God. I don't know your hurt, your confusion, your longing for a better way of life, but God does, and He's here today to meet you right where you're living. Romans 8:28 tells us that love God, to them who are called according to His purpose. It doesn't mean that everything that happened to us is good. It does mean that God can and bring good out of them. I do know all things work together for those who love God and are called according to His purpose. We all have a purpose for this life that we've been given. What we need to ask ourselves, is this life I'm living being given to God according to His purpose? Not our purpose, not our wants, not our plans that please us. So I would ask all of us, why are you here today? What has brought you to this place of worship? Is it because you love God with an open heart for more of Him? Is it that at some point you loved God more in the past and are now being drawn back to Him? Is it that you've decided you want to learn more about God and experience His greater love for you? We may not understand God's total purpose for us at this time, but we all do have a purpose. It doesn't mean all things that we have been challenged with are good. That outcome will be good if we choose to reach for Him in spite of our past challenges that have negatively affected us. Yes, something may have happened to you that is unpleasant or brought pain, but that incident is what God used to get you to where you are today. Keep in mind, you are a work in progress. We are all a work in progress. God has not abandoned you. He's never failed you. And God is not done with you yet. Keep reaching for God to bring you to a better life with Him, leading you out of your past setback to a present relationship with Him. Don't let your past setbacks or mistakes define you. Allow God to define you, to become more like Him. And I guess I would just say, look at a setback as temporary. Let it become a building block that you can move forward on.